All right, ladies, happy Thursday. So sorry for all the internet issues on my part today. Our whole school system is down. We live about 3 minutes from the school. I'm getting messages for all the whole area is down. I don't know what's going on. So I thought, you know what? I can still go live from my phone. So we're not going to miss it. We're pivoting. This is exactly what happens when things do not go your way. We pivot. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a second to hop on, and I am also going to be pulling up the group so that I can personally see comments and everything as we're going here. So as you guys are hopping on, and I know some of you might even be trying to get on Zoom right now, and you're like, wait, where is she? I'm here. I am here. Perfect. Hey, Audrey. Yay. Okay. I'm trying to make sure everybody can find me today since it's kind of an unexpected switcheroo, but just like I tell y'all, we're pivoting. We don't let things get us down. It's not going to happen. Just not going to happen. The devil will not win. Even those internet devils always trying to get in our way. All right. So double checking. I want to share this in the Voxer chat real quick. So bear with me as you guys are hopping on. Do me a huge favor and just tell me, how are you? How are you doing today? How are you feeling today? Overall. See, and now it looks like it's freezing on me again. So I'm hoping and praying that you can still see me. Golly, internet. Why today? Why today? So many things to do. I want to know, how's everybody doing today? And now that my internet is freezing on my computer again, I don't know that I can see comments while we're talking, which is going to suck, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Y'all, we got this. So again, tell me in the comments, how are you doing? How are you? How's life? How are you feeling today going into a Thursday? Those of y'all that are in our 12-week accelerator program, you're wrapping up week 3. And I know we've had a lot of conversations over the last day, actually, with a lot of y'all. And just some of you are on the struggle bus, and that's okay. Know that you're not alone. You're not the only one on the struggle bus, I promise. And if you're not on the struggle bus right now, tell us some wins, even if you are, doesn't matter. Tell me some wins that you guys are having. I would love to see some wins in the comments, best that I can. And I promise if I'm able to see them, I will totally talk. I will totally look through them because, oh my gosh, the people are driving me crazy. So I don't like having these calls, just FYI, without talking with you versus just me talking at y'all. So it's a really big pet peeve of mine. It drives me crazy. But it's okay. We're going to make it happen. So, again, I want to see where y'all are all coming from today. Oh, jeez. I'm trying to think of a backup plan on all of this. I wanted to share a lot of topics today, and I have lists on my computer. I made it on my computer so that I could go over these things with you. I want to talk about food that's going to serve your issues with mood. And I want to talk a little bit deeper with all of these things today because I know some of you battle things like depression. Some of you battle things like anxiety. Some of us are stress eaters. Some of us are emotional eaters. And all of these things play a role in our health, right? Like they are part of our health. They are things that we deal with on a daily basis. Some of the things are heightened and worsened, I should say is a better choice of words. Some of these things that you deal with are worsened by the food choices that we eat while the emotions and the stress is really high. And that's really one of the biggest things that I wanted to talk about today, okay? As I was trying to pull up my list that I had ready to go for y'all before the internet demons decided to kick me to the curb. So anyway, okay, I see a few comments now popping up. Golly, this is going to be fun, y'all. Y'all get to see me pivot in the moment. Suzanne, I love having you on. I love seeing you, Reagan. And I did see, Audrey, you popped in and said you lost 4 pounds since your last weigh-in. Holy crap, that's amazing. Good job. Audrey, let me ask you this. And I hope I get to see your response. If not, I will definitely come back and look at them out later. But I want to see, like, what do you feel like has been the biggest difference for your last 4 pounds drop? Curious. Is it something that you just got back on track with? Is it just something, the fact that you're focusing more on inflammation? Some things are healing. You're hitting your protein better. Like, I would love to hear from you if you have any idea on on the answer to my question. Okay. I would love to know. Anybody else have any sort of wins of any kind? You know, that's how I love to start these Thursday calls on, is a win. Tell me what your win is. Drop it in the comments. And I always ask this question in the groups, in the chats, but I will be transparent with you. A lot of you never answer my question. And I always want to know, for these Thursday calls, what are you struggling with right now? What are the things that you are struggling with right now, food related? Because I want to address them on these calls. But I'm not calling anybody out by name. I would never do that. I don't want anybody to ever feel awkward in that sort of sense. But what I mean by calling out is, sometimes you are struggling and you won't own it and tell anybody. And if this is you, I'm going to get a little bit more mindset heavy with you all right now, since I have a chance and this is just different today. If you are struggling, don't ignore my question and just move forward thinking, I'm going to get through this on my own. Because there's a reason that you guys, ladies, there's a reason that y'all invested in yourself to get help. So why not accept it? Listen, ladies, we are really hard on ourselves, and we are usually the last people on this planet that will ask for help. If that is you, put the word help in the comments. I know I'm not guilty of it too. I have sometimes the hardest times in the world asking for help. Or the fear of being judged. Guys, this is another thing. Some of you are afraid to share what your struggles are because you think, oh, I'm going to be judged. And I'm here to tell you real quick, this community that we have going on here, whether it's in the Facebook group or it's in the Voxer chat, we don't judge you. We lift you up. And if this is you and you're listening and you're like, holy crap, like, okay, yeah, I do have some struggles, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want people to think, oh, judge me, or think, oh, it's silly. There is no such thing as a silly struggle. The only silly part is you struggling by yourself and not asking for help. Because y'all, I can't tell you how many times as a coach that I come after, and when I say come after people, I mean, like, if you're going MIA, like, I'm gonna keep bugging you in your inbox. I'm gonna be like that annoying person at the door that's locked, that's tapping on your window. I'm gonna be constantly tapping on your window saying, hey, I'm still here. Hey, I'm not going anywhere. Unless somebody tells me to F off, I'm not giving up on you. And it's just not in my nature. It's not who I am. And if you sign up for a program, you ask for my help, you trusted me to help you, therefore I'm going to be that annoying person tapping. I'm going to be wait, there you go. I'm going to be tapping on your window like, hello, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. But it's up to you to freaking use the help. You're the one who has to step up and say, Angela, I need help. And if that means you reaching out to me privately, then reach out to me privately, please. But whatever you do, don't let 2 weeks go by. Don't let 3 weeks go by. Don't let 4 weeks go by where you're still struggling with the same thing and you completely fell off the bandwagon because you were still too prideful to ask for help or let me know that you are struggling. Or some of y'all are very comfortable also talking to Reagan, have built a great relationship. I'm telling you right now, Reagan is one of the most servant people that I know. Otherwise, she wouldn't be a part of my team helping y'all. I mean, there's a reason why she's here. And she has an open inbox as well too, and is always open to sharing or for you to talk to. And she will let me know of things that are going on. Why? So that we can turn around and help you. Okay? Please stop struggling by yourself. So many of you are in this group that are so incredibly quiet because you had 1 week that was bad. And then you said, oops, I'm gonna go MIA. Stop going MIA. It is the number one thing that is holding you back. Okay? You invested in help. Let us help you. Okay. Sorry. I just really felt called to share that today because I know I always ask and nobody ever fesses up. Well, let me say, some of y'all do. Some of y'all do, and y'all are really good at it. So please don't let me take that away from y'all. Some of you never ask for help. And therefore, I can only help you so much if you don't ask for it. Okay. So yes. And Audrey said the same thing. She's here for anyone that needs someone. Y'all, I know a lot of you. And again, I'm never going to call out names because what y'all share with me is private. And if you're sharing something with me private, unless you open it up in the chat, I will never tell people your personal business. Never going to happen. It's just not, one, it's just not cool. Two, it's not who I am. If you confide in me with personal stuff, like, holy crap, some people confide in me in personal stuff. It's personal. It's a conversation that we had. It's not anybody else's business unless you choose to share it. And so I want you to also feel safe in that space. But again, I can't help you if you just go MIA and then don't respond to anything and then don't even check stuff. Don't check inboxes. Don't check in with the community. Audrey just said in the comments, she's here for anyone who needs them. Suzanne, I know she's the same exact way. Y'all, and I know I'm going on a really deep tangent on here, but I know I've reached out to so many of y'all individually this week that are even just in our group coaching program because y'all have because you're super quiet. I'm like, there's something wrong. And y'all have shared with me there's things wrong. So get out of your own way. Make this a program that is different, and it's going to be the one you actually stick to this time because you didn't let your pride get in the way and not ask for help, okay? So there's my tangent for the day. Maybe it was the internet gods that told me to say that. I don't know. the ones that are giving me a hard time today. Okay. Preach it. Yes. Suzanne's inbox is always open. You guys, my inbox is always open. I hear so many times like, oh, I thought you were busy. I'm never freaking busy, y'all. I'm always busy, but who isn't busy? I'm never too busy for anybody. For whoever is watching this right now or later on replay, I'm never too busy for anyone. Y'all are a priority to me. Yeah, I have a lot of things going on in my life. I have a lot of things going on with the different business as well too, like the Bravely business. But y'all, this is my baby and this is my priority and y'all are my priority. So always know that. Don't get that mistaken in any form or fashion. Okay. All right. So now moving forward. Yes. Okay. I'm seeing the comments are popping up eventually, or they're incredibly slow, but I get to see some. Yes. Reagan said, take the pictures. Trust me. Yes. I love it. We just had a conversation about that. Okay. So now I want to know, like, who deals with anxiety or depression? Is there anybody that is open to sharing that? And again, it's been this past week's conversations that led me to wake up this morning and I'm transparent with y'all. I have topics lined up and laid out, ready to go, thinking week 1, I'm going to talk about this. Week 2, I'm going to talk about this. Week 3, I'm going to talk about this. And then when week 3 comes, I'm not aligned with that topic. So therefore I switch it. Why? Because I've become aligned with topics that you guys need to hear based on the conversations and the feedback forms that you share with me. And then that's just another piece of this. Fill out the forms for me. Don't go MIA and ignore everything. I promise it's the biggest mistake that you'll make, and then you won't last till the end of the program, and then you'll be mad at yourself later for not doing it. So anyway, okay. So again, another reason why I really felt called for today's topic to be around the foods that fuel your anxiety and that fuel our moods is because of the conversations I've had with some of y'all. Some of y'all it's been really heavy on you lately. The depression is real, the anxiety is real, the stress is through the roof. But I also know, because a lot of y'all have shared this with me recently, that you're also emotional or stress eaters, okay? So tell me in the comments if you're an emotional eater, put emotional eater. If you're a stressful eater, if you're a stressed eater, put stressed eater in the comments. Stress eater. I want to see, and let's see if I can get them to pop up. I think some people are still trying to get on my Zoom. I just got a message that popped up too. I don't want to mess anything. I don't want to touch anything. I feel like I'm going to mess it up. Okay. Stressful, emotional, anxiety eater. Let me know who y'all are. And if you're not, that's freaking fantastic. If you're not anymore, but you were in the past, would you mind sharing in the comments if that was you? While I message Jennifer real quick. Whoops, I cannot type. So Jennifer, I'm trying to tell Jennifer we're live in the group. All right, perfect. All right, let's see. Who's our eaters? There we go. I see it popping up. Okay, golly, that takes forever for me to see y'all's responses. Emotional and stress eater. Thank you for sharing that, Audrey. Okay. All right, so I think this is perfect, okay? Because I want to really help y'all see the pattern, right? Some of us have patterns that we are stuck in, and we're staying stuck, and we're amplifying our anxiety and depression by being that emotional eater, right? And it's a cycle that a lot of us get stuck in. And the thing that I wanted to share about this very topic today is we know our emotions and our feelings dictate our emotions, okay? Our feelings dictate our emotions. And then our emotions a lot of times will dictate our actions, okay? So for example, our feelings, right? We get sad, we get upset, somebody triggered us, or maybe I saw something that just made me start to compare myself, or whatever these negative emotions are going on, right? These feelings pop up that dictate our emotions, okay? And these emotions are stressed out. These emotions are the anxiety. The emotions are like all of these crazy things going through our minds in the moment. And then guess what? Those things dictate our actions. And not everybody, but a huge percentage of you have shared with me in the past, or women that we've coached over the years, are those emotional stressed eaters. And let me ask you this next question, and I'll see how long it takes me to see y'all's comments. What is it that you normally go to? What type of food is it that you normally eat whenever you're stressed and the emotions are high? Is that sugar? Is it salt? Salty stuff? Chips? Is it just freaking anything in sight? What is it that is your thing? Okay? A lot of people I know are sugar. I know a lot of emotions trigger eating a lot of sugar. Not everybody, but some are. Okay? And some people it's alcohol. Some people it's an alcohol to try to numb things. Right? Candy, chips, chocolate. Perfect. Thank y'all for sharing all that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Perfect. So, okay. So this brings me to the rest of the topic of today. And I want to talk about these foods that are incredibly important. Why? Because the next time you have a moment, the next time you have an emotional episode that leads you to go ahead and eating that sugar or eating whatever it is that you typically eat, I want you to rethink your actions before you do them. Why? Because when anxiety and stress is really high, emotions are in a dark place, all of these things start to come out. The things that we tend to go to, like the sweets, the alcohol, the sugar, these things are some of the worst things in the world while we're in that moment. Why? Because it doesn't help it. It'll numb it for a little while, but let me tell you, it heightens it. It makes it worse. Some of the negative things, negative foods, I'm talking about foods, your negative effects on the anxiety. If you already have anxiety and you start eating a bunch of sugar, caffeine, alcohol, guess what you're doing? You're numbing it, for one. We know that, right? But the bigger picture that I wanted to really point out today is the fact that those things are actually taking your anxiety and your stress and they're doubling them. And they're making them a lot worse, and they're making them last a lot longer. Okay, so this is why different habits to replace these are very important. And how do we do that? We have to start with awareness. Whenever you're in those moments and stress is high, the first thing you want to do is go to your stash. How many of y'all actually have a drawer stashed with the sweets for these very moments? Anybody willing to fess up to that? If you do, I highly suggest clean it out. Get rid of it. Don't give yourself that escape. Why? Because if we want to get rid of anxiety faster, we want to get our mind back on a positive track, the last thing in the world we need is a whole bunch of sugar and chocolate. Again, it's comforting at the moment, but I'm telling you real quick, it amplifies your stress and anxiety and makes it worse, and it makes it last longer. We want to kick it to the curb and we want to get it gone, right? So we switch up and do different things. Because Jennifer, I see your comment. She says, "How do you know?" Girl, I know. Because most women are that way. We have that little stash in our drawer, in our desk. I don't have a stash. I'm not a sugar person. I get stressed out and eat sometimes too. Mine's normally like, give me some chips and salsa, and I don't care if I eat the whole bag, right? I reckon I don't do that near as often as I used to, because now, like, I just have a corn sensitivity, I feel like, and then it just makes it so uncomfortably bloated for 3 days. I'm like, okay, it's not worth it. But I will have a few, just not near as much. So some of the biggest foods that have the worst negative impact on our emotions and anxiety and our energy, it makes us tired, is your refined sugars. And these are going to be your candies. These are going to be your candies. These are going to be your pastries. These are going to be sodas, sugary drink. Why? Because it affects your, because it spikes your blood sugar. And let me get my thing out here. I was trying to pull my notes up without really just jacking up my whole call today. Okay. Yeah, Jennifer, the bloat alone. Yeah, with chips and salsa is my jam. But I've just recognized I really have to have discipline and really just have a certain amount. Otherwise, I hurt. Like literally so uncomfortable pain for a couple of days, and oftentimes not going to the restroom like we're supposed to, right? So you get to the point where you're like, okay, then it's not worth it. I'll have a taste and know that that's enough, right? But again, whenever you're having anxiety, the last thing we want to do is go to the sugar, because you're going to literally, it's going to make it worse. It causes that spike in your blood, I can't even talk, in your blood glucose, followed by a drop, which creates you to be irritable, more irritable than you may already be in those moments. But it also creates more fatigue. It creates mood swings. It creates, it just, to me, it gives me headaches and definitely puts me in a bad mood. It makes me exhausted, makes me want to freaking go to sleep. And therefore, I can't show up for anybody very well in those moments. And so that huge sugar intake, it impacts your brain function, which literally just takes anxiety from here to up here. Okay. So that's your sugars. That's your candies. That's your chocolates. Okay. So my question to you will be what is going to be your go-to now instead? Maybe that's going for a walk. Maybe you grab your phone, you shut everything off, and you grab I'm on my phone. I'm over here looking for my phone. Oh, I'm on it. The Insight Timer, the free version, is my favorite go-to. I have so many meditations saved now, like when my nerves are through the roof, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, anxiety's high, worry's high. I have a bunch of meditations bookmarked from every freaking topic that I go through, and I will stop and I will sit and I'll put it in my ears, and I just need somebody to guide me and tell me to breathe and tell me that's going to be okay, and to trust in God and know that everything's going to be okay. And make sure that I'm breathing deep, and make sure that I'm doing something different for it, not feeding it to make it worse. Okay, sugar's one of them. The other one is caffeine, energy drinks. How many of y'all tend to caffeine be your thing? I mean, I love my caffeine. I don't overindulge in it, but obviously some of y'all take the same products that I do. So I literally have my coffee made right here that I haven't started drinking yet. Amen to that, Suzanne. Gratitude and anxiety cannot coexist. Yeah, so it's definitely that mindset shift. What can you do? What habit can you do in these moments instead of going to the sugar? If sugar is your vice. Caffeine is the other one. Caffeine stimulates your brain, your nervous system, increases the stress hormone, your cortisol, which again, what does that do? It takes your anxiety from here to here. So imagine if your weakness is caffeine and sugar, well, you're just making your anxiety 10 times, actually maybe 20 times worse. And then you also risk, depending on what time of day it is, start having it mess up with your sleep. Audrey, yeah, I'm going to be drinking my coffee after this. Don't worry. I had a little bit this morning before my workout because I love to get me a little boost, but that's why I'm kind of late drinking my coffee. I don't want to do them too close together. So again, your mood, your anxiety, your energy, all these things they can be positively impacted, obviously, by some caffeine. But I'm talking about excessive amounts. I'm talking about if your stress and anxiety is high, the last thing in the world that you need is more caffeine and more sugar. You're just going to put yourself locked in anxiety mode for a long time. And we want to get rid of that, right? Obviously, a couple other things that negatively impact is processed foods. Yeah, we know processed foods aren't good for us regardless. But again, there comes that chips. There comes those packaged snacks. Those, what are some of those snacks that my brain just went out the window? It's like a little cupcake in the packages. Little Debbie's. There you go. Little Debbie's is what I was trying to think. Processed foods, fast foods. These foods, Well, we know what these do. The biggest culprit for processed foods is inflammation and hormonal. It messes with our hormones. It messes with all kinds of things. But what is the bigger picture here? The processed foods are also what deals with our energy stabilization, our mood. Let's just say mood. So again, the cleaner we eat, regardless, we're going to get better results than we want to. But when anxiety is heightened, the cleaner you eat is even more important to help you kick it to the curb and get rid of it faster. Obviously, one of the other negative things is the alcohol. Alcohol is one of the things that I see is very common. I know for women, not all women, obviously, but I'm not a wine drinker. I just, I've never found one that I really care for. But I know a lot of people, that's their jam. That is their jam. It's a wine glass a night. But that one, is it just one, or does it one lead to 2 and 3 and 4? Or maybe it's hard alcohol. I think I saw you pop in here, Reagan, say tequila. Whatever your vice is. I know a lot of people, again, go from the stress, anxiety, I'm going to go mix me a drink. And that's going to calm my nerves. But again, it's triggering so much negative imbalances in your body. It's triggering inflammation that is totally going to trigger your cortisol. That is going to do what? It's going to negatively impact our mood and our anxiety yet again. Ding dongs and Twinkies, Reagan. There you go. These are some of the worst processed foods out there, you guys. Oh, but I know we all probably ate them as kids. And we all turned out fine, right? Heard somebody say that yesterday. I'm like, oh, but did we? No, I'm just kidding. Yes, we did. World is so much different now than it was when we were kids, y'all. Let's just be real. The world is so different. The toxins in the food, thank God some of that is getting changed. But it's still, that's going to take forever to get rid of it. Jennifer, you're hilarious. Isn't a bottle of wine a serving? Well, when you have the one glass, then our mind starts to tell us, yeah, okay, one bottle's a serving. I'm pretty sure she said that on that call. I know she did. And then, of course, those are going to be your biggest ones. There's a couple more on the list, but I don't. And to me, the refined carbs, it's the unhealthy foods. The biggest things, though, that I really want to point out is we try to stay away from them anyway. But if you have heightened anxiety and depression and mood swings and different things going on in your mind, the last thing in the world we need is the foods that we tend to go for comfort. And that's the sugar, and that's the alcohol, that's the excessive caffeine, and that's the processed foods, the chips, the things like that. Just think, okay, if my anxiety is really high, this is where it's going to be really hard, because those moments, again, your feelings dictate your emotions, and your emotions dictate your actions. And those actions lead to binging on foods that don't serve our body or our minds. And then they literally heighten our anxiety and keep it around for a lot longer than necessary. So now, what are some things that we can do? So I'm going to ask you, drop it in the comments. What are some things that maybe you already do them, or maybe you're like, okay, I'm going to start doing this now instead. Okay, I'm going to clean out my drawer. It's got all my little sugary candies in there. I'm going to get rid of them so that I don't have it as a go-to, right? Out of sight, out of mind, as cheesy as that sounds. Maybe replace it with some almonds or some roasted edamame, or just a healthier snack in your desk. That would be a great idea. Or just remove them altogether. Get rid of them, right? Don't give yourself permission to go down that route when stress and emotions are high, right? Because whenever you're in those moments and stress is high, your discipline is a lot of times out the window, because you just want to be numb at the moment. And then when you're numbing it, you're just making it last longer. And then when you're done and the episode maybe is less, you're going to get to the place where now I'm going to beat myself up, because holy crap, what did I do? I just let myself binge on all these things. So there's that last piece of the cycle that we go down this rabbit hole, because now I'm just going to beat myself up because I just had this weak moment that anxiety was high. I pigged out on a whole bag of chocolate candy, and now my scale's going to go up, and all these negative, oh my gosh, the programming in your mind during those moments, it's like an explosion. And then that hamster wheel, and you're stuck on it. Stuck. So let's get out of the cycle. So what can you do instead? So let's brainstorm this. Let's brainstorm. What are you going to do the next time your anxiety or stress is high, instead of going for the candy, the chocolate, the alcohol? Tell me, what is your answer? Let's see. I'm seeing y'all's comments now. Let me see. I was raised on lard and bacon fat for cooking, so there's that. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Audrey. Oh, we were raised on processed foods out of boxes, and but I mean, times were different. All of our situations are different, right? We can't go backwards and control those things by any form or fashion, and just incredibly grateful for having food on the table. That gratitude is so incredibly important. I know my mom was a single mom and did the best she could, and with what she knew and what she could afford, and that's okay. That is a beautiful thing. But what can we do? We can learn, and we can break those cycles. We can break those negative programming for all those things. Reagan said a piece of fruit. I love it. Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's where my brain was going. I'm glad somebody said it. Jennifer, walk or physical movement for whether, whoops, I see the little comment. For me, whether that's doing one set of any move, just move. I'll go for fresh veggies, for fruit, for sugar craving. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. See? Y'all already know the answers. You know what to do. It's just a matter of like, okay, this next time this happens, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go grab a piece of fruit instead of candy. I'm going to go for a walk. I love that you said that, Jennifer, because it's, again, one of the number one things that typically when stress is extra high, anxiety is really high, a lot of times we will not give ourselves permission to stop and just go for a walk, or even get a fraction of the workout in that maybe is on our calendar. Maybe you don't have time to do it all. Who cares? Do a piece of it. Remember, a piece of it is always better than nothing at all. And moving your body will get those endorphins going, which is going to break the negative cycle, which is going to help you reduce the anxiety, which is going to help you feel better, which is going to help you increase the energy that is going, and all of the things. Okay? So I love it. Yeah, it's just doing it in the moment. Absolutely, Jennifer. And these are the moments that I want y'all to lean on us all in these chats, or maybe just me if you're not comfortable with that. Some of y'all are working with me one-on-one anyway. Like the Voxer chat that's what it's here for. We can talk through anything every day, as often as you need it. You're working through something emotional, y'all. Some of the best mentorship I've had over the last 5 or 6 years was having someone through Voxer available when I needed it in the moment. It's not, the next day when I have a call scheduled and I'm going to tell her about it then. No, it's like, no, Angela, I'm not feeling very good right now. This is what I'm feeling. These are my emotions. I'm about to go crazy, and I just had to vent it, and I had to tell somebody. Awesome. That's what our one-on-one communication is. Or the group, if y'all are comfortable with that. Why? Because what is going to happen is you are going to literally just let it out, vent it out. That's healing. And it's going to prevent you from going down the trap of maybe the sugar or the chips or whatever it is that's in your desk drawer, right? And you're going to know that you're lifted up by everybody. That is the outcome of what it's going to be. And that you're loved on, and you're not judged, and that you're not alone, that's for sure, because we all go through moments like that. Let's see. See y'all's comments popping up. Let's see, Suzanne, when I have pre-tracked, it helps me to stay focused. And if I really need those chips or chocolate, I track it. Takes guilt away. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, track it regardless. It's accountability. And it's being transparent. It's being honest with yourself. Honest with me too, sure. But I'm more worried about you being honest with yourself. If you go over, who cares? I mean, we don't want you to necessarily go over all the time. But the accountability and putting in your app, game changer. Because you're going to physically see it and be like, oh man, I have to own up to this. It's okay owning it up. We make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But as long as we learn from them, that's what matters. And yes, Jennifer, venting helps regulate. It is going to help regulate your nervous system. The worst thing in the world that any of us can do is hold it in. The negative emotions, the anxiety, the stress, the anything, the negative feelings, the feelings of guilt, the feeling of anything. When in doubt, vent it out. That's what I'm here for. That's what we're all here for each other for. That's what the chats are for, if you're comfortable with that. Because I guarantee if you vent, you're going to see others that are kind of, they let it go too, because they finally realize like, okay, I have a place I can do that. Cool. I love it. I love it. So you guys already have game plans. You know what to do. Go for a walk, do a movement, maybe just do some squats and push-ups. You don't even have to go to the extent of doing the whole thing in the workout, or excuse me, in your app if it's a workout day. Just some sort of movement is proven to heighten your mood, to heighten your energy levels, to give your nervous system a little bit of a break, and it's going to help you bump out of it, to help you get out of it a lot more than anything else. Yeah, Audrey, like you said, you have a hard time putting it in an app. I think you're not the only one, because I don't see a lot of these splurges in the apps, FYI. But I highly encourage you to do it, right? Like, no, y'all know me. I'm not going to be some drill sergeant yelling at your face telling you that you suck because you ate a piece of chocolate. That's just not who I am. It's not the style of coaching we are, and that's the last thing in the world that you need. What I am going to do is I'm going to ask you, okay, where did that come from? Is there something that triggered that? And how can we talk through it and walk through it so that we either don't do it again, or we can make it fit in your macros, one way or another, right? I love it. So move your body, feed your body. So the foods that are going to help stabilize energy and mood are all the things that we already know we need to eat, right? It's the whole grains, it's the fiber, it's the fruits, the veggies, the lean proteins, all of these things, just exactly how we teach and practice eating your balanced macros with good high fiber, lean protein, the whole grain carbs. All of these things it's not just about what we look like on the outside. Y'all hear me say that all the time. It's about your instructions on how you're going to feel in your function. It's your instructions on how you're giving your body on how to deal with the stress and the anxiety that you may be walking through that's incredibly hard right now, okay? Staying away or limiting. And y'all know me, like I'm food freedom. I love food freedom. Freedom macro method is my favorite thing in the world. Why? Because I want you to have food freedom. If you like pizza once in a while, if you like whatever your sweet or dessert is, enjoy it once in a while so that you're not feeling deprived. But I'm telling you, in these moments of heightened stress and anxiety, that's not really the time to enjoy it. That's going to make it worse, because those foods that contribute to the lower energies, contribute to the mood swings, contribute to the heightened anxiety, that is the sugar, that is the alcohol, that is the excessive caffeine, that is the processed foods, okay? This is why, and I truly believe it with all my heart, and I don't have any proof or science to go behind my opinion in any form or fashion, except for my experience seeing women day after day after day after day and all the things we're doing, whether it's in person or online. I feel like a lot of those foods are in a lot of people's daily nutrition. And that is also another reason why kids and adults are having a lot more issues mentally. Our food is our best medicine, y'all. Food is our best medicine, in my personal opinion. Put that in the comments. Put food is our best medicine, because until we realize that, then we're eventually going to get you all to that place of lifestyle where you're like, okay, life is stressful right now. I'm not freaking giving in to the sweets and the sugars and the alcohol and the things, because I know that's going to keep this stress around longer, and I'm ready to get it the hell out of here. It is not setting up camp and going to stick around. And how do I get it out of here? It's the mindset work, but it's also the food, and it's moving your body, okay? It all goes hand in hand. The best medicine for anxiety, the best medicine for depression, the best medicine for all that is your food and your fitness, moving your body, okay? Yes, there's medications. Yes, there's all those things, and those all serve a place. But I honestly think your food and your movement of your body, y'all, is one of the best things in the world. And then talking through it with someone, y'all. It is freeing, it is healing, and that's what we're here for. Honestly, as a coach that's been around for a really long time in the industry now, my favorite thing to walk any of y'all through, it's not the macros, it's not the nutrition, and it's not your workouts. It's this piece. I think y'all know that by now if y'all have been around. That's my favorite part. If I could do it all over again, I'd add a psychology degree to my name, but I have no desire to go back to school. So, oh, all right, you guys, I love it. So let's serve our bodies the best that we can. Let's serve our minds the best we can. And I hope you guys found today's topic valuable, since it's just me talking today. It's a little shorter than we've been having, and that's okay. I would love to carry on this conversation from here over to the Voxer chats. Let's keep this going. Encourage the other ladies to watch this replay. As soon as it's done, I'll process it and give it. And I'm putting them all, in case y'all didn't see, I'm putting all of the videos that I'm doing Mondays and Thursdays on a YouTube link, and I'm circulating them back into the group as well, because Facebook is deleting all live videos. So, and I don't really know the rapid method behind their madness or how fast. So all of these are going to be around for a long time because I'm putting them on the YouTube. So, all right, let's go feed our bodies. Let's go move our bodies. Y'all have an amazing day. Let's keep this conversation going through Voxer. And please, if any of y'all resonated big time with this today and you're like, she is speaking to me, this is what I'm walking through, you're not the only one. Otherwise, this topic would not have been near and dear on my heart today. So let's just help each other get through it. None of y'all are alone. And I don't want you to ever feel that way. So y'all have an amazing Thursday. Love y'all.